Welcome back guys, JC here, and here's how you connect your XSR receiver to the SPRacing Evo flight controller. I'll be leaving you links to my XSR, Evo, and Taranis playlist in the top right of your screen and description below, so you can check those out for other helpful videos. If we look at the Evo flight controller, here are the input pins. If we look on the back side, you will see ground, 5 volt, R2, which is UART number 2 receive, or it can be a PPM pin. Then next we have the transmit to UART number 2 or telemetry, and then the VBAT pins, which I do have another separate video showing you how to use the VBAT pins to get voltage in your telemetry and on-screen display. The XSR is actually capable of both SBus and PPM. I will be showing you firsthand how to connect it to use SBus, but I will also walk you through using PPM should you want to use PPM. The difference is, if you don't know, with PPM you will only get 8 channels, with SBus you will get 16 channels. Also, SBus is faster than PPM. So SBus seems to be a lot faster, but SBus also requires a UART port. If you are connecting a lot of devices, then and you need that extra UART port, then you can use PPM because it does not use a UART. So I took the harness that came with it and I connected ground on that first pin, then power, then on this pin, which we said was either PPM or receive, and SBus requires like I said, a UART port, but more specifically it needs a receive on a UART port. So on your harness, the white wire is the SBus wire if you want to use SBus, or if you want PPM, if you see this wire right next to the white wire that's green that I cut off, that is your PPM wire. If you want PPM, run that wire to the same exact pin. Telemetry also requires a UART port, specifically a transmit on a UART port this time. We do have the UART number 2 transmit pin here still available, but UART ports can only do one thing at a time, and we are already using it for SBus. So, which, by the way, I know this wire is green, but yours is probably yellow. I just replaced mine with the green wire because mine was cut. But either way, just know that your telemetry wire is the middle wire. But anyway, we have UART number 1 over here and UART number 3 over here. I personally chose UART number 1 because it's only the receive and transmit pins, where over here we have the transmit and receive to UART 3 plus a positive and negative pin. So if you do plan on using an on-screen display, this would be a better choice for the OSD. But anyway, I soldered the center yellow wire to T1. Now, if you are using PPM, so this green wire that I cut on the same pin, because you are not going to configure this to be a UART port, you can place your telemetry wire on the pin right next to it, which would be T2. So now I'm just going to plug up the receiver. I will also plug in a USB cable, and this will power the flight controller and receiver both. At this time, if you have not yet bound your receiver, then go ahead and do that. Just watch my XSR or Taranis playlist, and you will find my video on how to do that. I've already bound mine, so if I turn on my transmitter...
Hey JC, welcome back. Cheat mode active.
And now I get the solid green light, which means it has been properly bound and is everything's working. Once you get the solid green light, you can continue. Now we will just go into Betaflight and connect. First, go to ports. And for you SBus guys like me, because we put the telemetry wire on UART number 1, first you want to turn off the data because, like I said earlier, UART ports can only do one thing at a time. Then come over to telemetry and choose smart port. I know this is a FrSky receiver, but these are different types of telemetry, and the XSR uses smart port telemetry. Then for UART 2, because we put the SBus pin on UART 2, come over here and turn on Serial RX. Then you can save and reboot. Now for you PPM guys, you probably put your telemetry wire on UART number 2. So all you would do is turn Smart Port on for UART 2 and leave Serial RX turned off for all of these. Go back to configuration and scroll down. For the PPM guys, you will just leave this on PPM. For SBus guys, you will choose RX serial. Then you will have to choose what type of RX serial, which is SBus. If you are using PPM, you don't have to mess with this box at all. It's not going to matter. Just leave this set to PPM. Then scroll down and make sure you have telemetry turned on. Then save and reboot. Everything should be working now, so let's test it. If you move your joysticks, then roll, pitch, yaw, and throttle should be moving. If you have created any switches, you can test them out now.
Things are about to get real. Hybrid mode. Stunt mode active. Cheat mode active.
All that's working. Now in the Taranis, you want to press menu to go to your models, hold down the page button to go backwards a page to telemetry, scroll down and discover new sensors. Once it's finished finding the sensors, press enter again to stop discovery. Now VFAS is going to be your voltage. Oops. There it is. Like I said, watch my video on how to wire your VBAT pins to get voltage in your telemetry. If you are only seeing 4 sensors, then here's why. Your telemetry actually comes from 2 different places. The flight controller, of course, but also your receiver. As long as your receiver is getting power, then you will always get 4 sensors, even if the telemetry wire is not connected to anything. Now the possible causes, and really the only possible causes, are you just need to go back, recheck your wiring, recheck your configuration in Betaflight or CleanFlight, and also make sure that everything's saved, because sometimes some things don't save in Betaflight or CleanFlight. But that's really the only possible causes. So that does it for this one. Check out those playlists for other helpful videos, and I will see you there.